Nityanandam. So welcome back to the third part of the chapter, Sannyas is the ultimate gamble. I want to welcome all the existing, participants joining me on the Zoom. I also want to welcome the Facebook viewers. Right now, after having telecast this session for the, last 2 weeks, we're seeing there is some regulars who are attending this session. So with that, I also welcome those Facebook viewers who are joining us for this live session, even though you're not with me in the Zoom now, but that doesn't matter. Wherever you are, we are going to be sharing the knowledge of living enlightenment. So we align one straight line. So feel this elongation of the spine as you prepare your body to sit in the next 1.5 hours to receive this understanding about sannyas. So with that, let's join the palms together. Close our eyes. Let's invoke Swamiji. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gaganashatrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satguruntam Namami. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Welcome all of you. Just give me 1 minute. I think I need to call Kai for. Sorry, my apologies. I have a handyman who just arrived to fix some stuff. So, and he just pressed the doorbell, so I let him in. Okay. So, Nityanandam, today I'm very excited because you know why? I was reading through this whole chapter, and today's session is going to be a very, very intimate sharing of. See, this part of the sharing is a poem written down by, called a Song of a Sannyasi. Okay, that means the Song of a Sannyasi, right? Written by another enlightened being called Vivekananda. Some of you may know him. So he's an enlightened master from India, and so he basically wrote this poem. Okay, and Swamiji basically narrated this poem with a group of brahmacharini and brahmacharis. That means the people who had taken sannyas. Okay, so you visualize these poems he delivered to a small group of ashramite, people who lived with him, Adinavasis, okay, at the time in Bidadi. And he spoke very little, but there's an overflowing of this silence. Imagine the setting with a small group of, sannyasis sitting in front of Swamiji, and he delivered the secret secrets of the life of a sannyas. Okay, the signs of sannyas. And the topic of this is basically awaken to the freedom. Wait, sorry about that. Okay, so basically, in that intimate setting, he basically explained how he works on his basically the young brahmacharis and brahmacharinis, okay, on the path of sannyas, how he guide them, okay? So how they can accelerate the process of understanding the science of sannyas. So this is basically the poems that he narrated, written by Vivekananda. So I'm going to share this point with all of you. Of course, it's translated. It's not I think I'm sure when it's first written, it was in Tamil, but here it is actually translated in English. Okay, so here's the poem. So provide your listening. It's very powerful because in that poem, Swamiji also explained the nuances, the deeper level of the meaning of this poem, Song of a Sannyasi. Okay, so the first statement says, wake up the note. Wake up the note, the song that had its birth, far off where worldly taints could never reach. In mountains cave, glades of forest deep, whose claim no sign for lust or wealth or fame could ever dare to break, where rolled the stream of knowledge, truth, and bliss that follows both. Seeing high that note, Sannyasin bold say, Om Tat Sat Om. Strike off the fetters, bonds that bind thee down, of shining gold or darker, baser or love, hate, good, bad, and all the dual throngs. No, slave is slave, caressed or whipped, not free. For fetters, though of gold, are not less strong to bind. Then off with them, Sannyasi bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. Okay, so let me just explain the meaning of this whole poem for now that I have read so much. So basically, he says that whether you're caressed, it means pampered, or you're whipped, a slave is a slave. Listen very carefully. See, currently our ego is settled in a few places. Okay, your ego is settled in pride, lust, anger, wealth, social importance, the status, personal freedom, how much freedom you get. This kind of thing, these few things, right? I repeat, pride, lust, anger, wealth, social importance, and personal freedom. These are the few things you ground your ego. Okay? As long as you live according to those things, whether you fulfill your desire or not, depression is going to be your base. Understand? Any manifestation of ego causes depression. Whether you are having indulgence in some kind of sense pleasure, or where you're going to have a suffering out of boredom, it will cause depression because your base is centered on your ego. Anything that is centered on ego, or whether it's desire or not, the manifestation of ego causes depression. So whether in a subtle way or in a big way, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So catch this deep understanding. As long as the ego lives, the ego thrives, we will never feel fulfilled. We will struggle with this low mood. Understand? So as a result, he said, dwell, throng, caressed, or whipped. Whether you are pampered, living a good life, or you're being tortured, whipped by life, you are never going to be fulfilled. So whether you're shown with love by the master, or whether you're whipped by him, as long as you follow your ego-based routine, you have an ego, your ego-based lifestyle, you remain a slave. Understand? Even you take sannyas, you know, you will feel that you are holding your ego without surrendering the ego to the guru. When you take sannyas, be very clear. You are still a slave to your ego. Okay? So for fetters, though of gold, fetters means the chain. You know how when you know, the prisoners, when they get chained at the ankle, you know, the chain, the fetters is called the ankle. Okay? So where even though the fetters is made of gold, you are still a slave. Do you know what I mean? Even though you have all the good life, but you are a slave to the good life. You are still a slave. Okay? Whether you're having good life or you are suffering, both, when you encourage the survival of your ego, you are still a slave in life. You can never feel fulfillment. Okay? So understand there's something called immediate freedom. It's like this. When you wake up, you conduct your life according to the way how you feel. You know, you wake up at a certain time, you feel like doing this, do this thing according to how you think this should be done, spend the money the way you want to spend it. Oh, like say this month, I make my money, so I'm going to spend this way, pamper myself, go spa, go this, go buy that, blah, 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 right? So see, all these are like immediate freedom. You enjoy all this. Yeah, I got the freedom, I can spend the money I want, I can satisfy my taste, but whatever. These are your so-called your immediate freedom. Only when you shake these immediate freedom will you have a cognitive shift happening in you. The feeling of I and mine will only be jostled, okay, shaken. Then the shift will happen, okay? See, if you watch how Swamiji does, you will see how he live his life, okay? What he's doing is basically simply to shake our immediate freedom all the time. Nothing else. You see how he lives so intensely. And those of you who are working with me, you know, in the Digital Nation project or some other project like Guru project, you understand like the different requirements or demands, you know, from Swamiji is to constantly shake our so-called idea of immediate freedom. Nothing else. See, presently, we all invested our entire personality on whatever we think as our immediate freedom, right? Like all the things that we attach to. So, as a guru, he simply shakes that. Okay? So, Swamiji say, let me explain so that you can understand in the context of your life. So, listen carefully. See, presently, you may be following certain routine, spiritual routine given by Swamiji. You know, let's say the sannyasi may be following certain Adinavasi routine, the morning yoga, you know, do all the pancha kriyas, and then up till midnight they will do the work. Wake up in the morning like 4 a.m. till midnight. Okay, so they do this routine. So let's say, for instance, starting tomorrow, Swamiji give you 10 days of vacation. Don't need to do anything. Okay, relinquish what your routine, your let's say your normal routine, and just take a holiday. That you don't have to do anything, follow the routine. What will you do? He said for the first 4 hours you will sleep longer hours, you toss and turn on the bed. After that, what will happen? Your own desire will take over. Your desire, you will start functioning according to your ways. Oh, I want to do this, I prefer to do that. So you start living your ways. Okay, so the routine which is set for you by the guru, right, it is there to raise our consciousness, but it is boring for many of them because it's a like a regimen, it's a structured way of living, a discipline, right? So some people initially when they live in the Adinam, they can't get used to it. They feel that it's very suffocating because it's like, oh, it's so boring. Every morning 4 a.m. wake up, do the yoga, do the. It's like quite predictable in some way. So when you're given a break, you will feel free for a few days. Yay! You know, you start jumping and do what you want. But after that, what will happen? the weeds inside you, the negative weeds inside you, your unconscious desire will pull you and take over you. Correct? You can imagine, you become lazy, you become not cooperative, you just sort of not falling in tune with the whatever is flowing in the adinam. So without your knowledge, once again, you become a slave. You become a slave by your own desire. Do you understand? You suddenly realize that, oh, I'm a slave, I'm bound by my own desire, your ego. Okay. So presently, what do you feel? You wonder if there's a need to work like a slave all the time from morning to night every day, following the same routine. You feel like, oh, working life in the Adinam is like a torture. You just work day and night non-stop. There's no freedom. It's like, oh, I cannot take it, So you feel that that's this suffocation. It's so boring. Unlike if I go outside, I can go shopping, I can go buying this, buy that, I can watch a movie. I can just have my personal freedom of what my own desire is. But in the Adinam, there's a routine, structured way of living, right? But what will you be doing after 4 hours of freedom from that routine? You will be a slave to your own desire. That's all. That's what he's trying to say. Even you try to feel that you are pampered, caressed. That's what the word he used, caressed. You're still a slave, okay? Either you are a slave to your own desire, or you're being whipped. So when you follow your own desire, you are simply postponing and relaxing your own routine, okay? You'll be postponing and relaxing your routine. Your eating time, your sleeping time, your whole routine will be relaxed. While you're doing this, a thick layer of depression will start developing in your being. Understand? When your own whims and fancies start guiding your routine, without your knowledge, the depression develops in you. But in the lifestyle that Swamiji gave, that thick layer of depression will not develop. Day by day, beyond your logic, you feel lighter and lighter mood. Will start, to envelope you. You'll feel that, I feel lighter when I follow this routine. My body getting lighter. I feel healthy. I feel good about myself when I follow routine. So that's a major difference. That is a major difference between the two paths. Functioning based on your own desire, based on your own ego, or operating from guru's, routine. The routine that he designed is to break this so-called ego and our depression or our own desire to live in the way we want. Because we have this unconscious part of us. When you are not living according to certain routine, discipline, you fall into depression easily. See, when I was there living with Swamiji for 3 months in the Nityananda Yoga program in October 2016 to December, okay, 3 months I was there living basically living like a Adinavasi. And I was surprised that I was able to get used to the lifestyle so quickly. I didn't have much struggle, okay? I never feel like, oh, I'm suffocating, whatever. It's just like, the only thing that I feel that, my family is in Singapore, and I realized that I'm living here enjoying myself. I suddenly feel that I am, I have this total freedom. I don't remember I'm married. I don't remember I'm a mother. I'm just living like a spiritual being. And that 3 months was like the most enjoyable time of my life, because I suddenly that the other 2 roles was taken away from me. I don't have to care about, I don't have to take care of my son Kai, and I don't have to worry about my family. I'm just there doing this spiritual work. So I literally feel that I'm just living as a spiritual being. And if you were like a little bit like a sannyasi, okay, for a 3-month sannyasi training, like that. So I feel so, like so at ease. And of course, there are many nights we had late nights, because based on the routine, and also revolve around Swamiji's activity. And we have a lot of, I would say, unpredictable life to be there. Yes. And And so really, you suddenly realize that, oh, like you suddenly have a different role and your life is totally different. So I can tell really when you live a very, you follow the spiritual routine given by Swamiji, your being feels so light and you feel so good. Every morning we have yoga, we do all the everything. So like the whole inner space and the body is prepared to to function at high activism. So that's the way how he designed the ashram lifestyle. Okay, so understand the first part of the poem. Do not follow your unconscious. Do not give strength to your ego. When you give strength to your desire and ego, depression will be the base of your life. You never experience fulfillment. Okay, so this is the first click that you all need to have. If you are preparing eventually to live like a sannyas, this is one thing you need to know why sannyas live a very, very disciplined life. In fact, Swamiji live a very orthodox lifestyle. He's following this Manu Shruti, outlined by this Manu, the one sage, how the Vedic life should be lived. Like he will, like he will brush his teeth with a neem stick, all this kind of thing, like how the traditional way of living. And he still live by that till today. So it's unimaginable. But for us to even follow to that level, it's like it's too, like it take a lot of adjustment because we are too used to living in the city life. Okay, so let me continue now in the next part of the point. See, every part of the poem, there is a click which I'm sharing with you from Swamiji. Okay, so the next part is let darkness go. The will of the whips that leads with blinking light to pile more gloom on gloom. This thirst for life forever quench, it drags. From birth to death, from death to birth, the soul. He conquers all who conquers self know this, and never yield. Sannyasin bold say, Om Tat Sat Om. Okay, so here, listen carefully, understand this. In the period of birth and death, see, from the period of death to the next birth, let's say the time for you has come to exit this body and you're preparing for the next body. The one who say, aha, I have done a good job and come away. If that's when you leave the body, this is how you feel. Aha, I've done a good job. I feel satisfied. I am ready to go. Okay, this is the space of the sannyasi. So in the period of birth to death, which is life, the one who thinks, aha, I'm doing something great, that is the one of a samsari. Okay, samsari means the people who are living like a householder. Do you understand the difference? One is, aha, I've done a good job and come away. I'm ready to go. Whereas the samsari, the people who are living in the outer world, living a normal, societal life, is like, aha, I'm doing something great, okay? So it is in the gap between death and the next birth that the soul review its past action. See, at the deathbed, you review how you have lived this entire life, okay? Then you decide, what am I going to do for the next body? You decide whether to come back or not to come back to take next body. Of course, if you have a lot of non-fulfilled desire, you know the next thing you will do, you quickly jump and take another body, right? So you will the soul will review the past action. The soul feels good when it has lived its life closest to the reality. Okay? When it's closest to the reality, you didn't feel any regret. You feel like, yeah, I'm good. So the soul feel regret when it's living in illusion. When at the deathbed, you just realize, oh, I was living in Maya and I didn't do this. I'm supposed to do this. Oh God, I missed it. Okay. So this is where you realize, oh, I'm supposed to do all this as part of my prarabdha karma, my life purpose. but I was living in illusion, chasing after, wealth, name and fame, chasing after, relationship, and I miss what I'm supposed to do in this body. Then you have certain regret. The soul feel regret, and then the soul decide to come back again. Okay. So when you live the life as a sannyas, it's the one who during the time between death and the next birth feels that he did a good job of life and come away because he would have lived closest to the reality. Are you catching what I'm saying? When you live so close to existential reality, because you're living with God, because as a sannyasi, you're supposed to live with God. You're serving God. Okay, you surrender your life to God and you live closest to existence, because your whole inner space, remember last week I said your whole inner space is nothing but filled with existence. You're just operating with how to exist with existence. So when you operate that basis continuously through your life, so what will happen? At the time of death, you feel no regrets. You say, yeah, I already live close to him. I live a full life. I'm ready, right? For jumping out of the whole Maya and get liberation. Whereas when you live the life of samsari, what happened? You have regret this, you didn't do this, ayah, and the deathbed. Shucks, I didn't do this. Shucks, I missed this. Then you again take a body and jump back, okay, to the bulaka, okay. So the samsari, on the other hand, is the one who is during the time between birth and death, which is life, pride himself with illusionary achievement. Oh, I have become a CEO of XYZ company. I am a big shot in some place. I have achieved certain social status and conclude that is doing a good job. Okay, I've achieved. I'm one of the person who's in the Fortune 500 company. I'm one of the multi-millionaire in globally, listed number 10. Okay, so this is what you think as your pride. Okay, but understand, when I say samsari, I don't mean only married people. It's people who live with a mindset of illusionary world. Samsari is one who live with illusion, not living with the existential reality. Okay, so this has to be understood. It's not like, oh, because you're married, you are, called a samsari. No, even you're not married, but you're not living like a sannyas, you are still a samsari, because you're living a societal lifestyle. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? Give me a thumbs up, you're following me. Okay, great. So I continue now, huh? So basically, this has to be clearly understood. Thirst for life, forever quench, it drags. That's what he says. Vivekananda said, even whatever thirst for life, forever quench, it drags you. The thirst for life never dies. It keeps on happening forever. After having taken many lives, many births, and getting bored, settling down is what we call anubhava, okay, the ultimate experience of life. The enlightened master is one who, after having taken millions of lives, feeling bored, and finally decide to settle down and radiate at such an energy that a person who sees him holds on to him for life. See, when we see a master, you know he's the one, and you would just, hold him for life, because you know that he's the one who's going to lead you to the ultimate as well. That is the mark of an enlightened master. That is how the relationship between master and disciple happen. The disciple simply sees the master in a way that is beyond the disciple's logic. So the disciple holds on to the master. To understand all the experiences that can happen through many, many births, many lives, Swamiji has already gone through it. They have come here now. He has gone through, he has taken many, many births and he has come through. Okay. But of course, before he become a realized being, he only remember the 4 incarnations he has taken. But before that, all the past, he doesn't remember. Okay. So he said that I'm what you call a senior soul. In our Singapore language called obert, right? It's an old bird, but he says senior soul. Okay. Otherwise, can you see any correlation between his age? Let's say Somji now is about 43, right? 43, 44. And his soul, the kind of depth of maturity he's radiating, you cannot correlate. How can someone so young, that time when he wrote this book, he was only 31. And the kind of knowledge and maturity and the consciousness that he's radiating, how can that be a real correlation, right? You simply know that he's an old soul, he's a mature soul, an evolved, advanced soul, so that you cannot see the connection between the age and his knowledge, right? There's no connection. So in the moment of seeing a senior soul, seeing an advanced, matured, evolved soul, what happened? Capturing the experience and raising oneself is what is called sannyas. When you see a being of this state, space, and radiating such, the being radiating such powers, this is what Vivekananda, who wrote these poems, is saying. Sannyas is seeing the enlightened one and holding on to him to raise oneself. When you see someone like this, you hold on to him and start raising yourself as well. Okay? So let me go on to the next part of the poem. I think today we only have time to cover this poem, because this poem is really something. See, after you listen to this poem, just sit with yourself. You will feel there's tremendous energy flow in Anandaganda. Okay, so we'll see, we'll experience that later on. We have time. So let me continue. He conquers all who conquers self. Know this and never yield. Sannyasi both say, Om Tat Sat Om. Whose soul must reap, whose souls must reap, they say, and cause must bring the sure effect, good, bad, or none. Escape the law, but whose soul wears a form must wear the chain, too true, but far beyond. Both name and form is Atman, ever free. No doubt that. Sannyasin both say Om Tat Sat Om. Okay, so let me explain this verse of the poem. He said, by escaping a law or a situation, never think that you're going to really escape. This is what we do. Whenever we encounter any problem, any resistance, what happened? Just go into your being, and heal yourself by saying, I'm Atman, and feel the response to that problem happening inside you, and that's what you should do. You don't run away. However difficult it may be that life is presenting to you, act according to that response. Go to your being and feel what the being wants, and just respond to that problem based on your being. That alone is freedom. Okay, because you're operating from your being, not from your mind. But most of all of us presently, what do you do when you encounter a problem? Tell me. What do? You simply escape from the situation or from the person or from the place. This is what you do. Either you run away from the person or a situation or the place. You don't like the place, you run away. Or you don't like the person, you run away, right? Or the situation is so bad, you run away. So all this, you just run away only. Correct? This is our normal human mind logical response. Run away. By escaping, you think you have freedom. Oh, I don't like it. I run away. This is my freedom. You think that's true freedom? This is what Vivekananda say is denying here. Okay, both name and form is Atman, ever free. Know thou art that. Know that you are that. So by applying the deep life solution inside you, within your being, see, your being has the solution for everything in life, because it's the consciousness. So a freedom will awaken. That freedom that comes from deep within you is the real freedom. Only that will take you to the ultimate freedom, which is liberation. Other than that, through other ways, if you try to move towards freedom, it will only guide you, take you to more and more bondage. Understand? Any problem you face, go to your being and find solution from the being. Don't try to escape, nor try to think that you are getting certain freedom based on what your mind thinks is freedom. What your mind thinks is freedom is nothing but creating another layer of bondage, which you can't see, which will come later on in life. Do you understand? So what Vivekananda is saying is that please honor your being, your consciousness, your Atman, because anything coming from there is real solution. That is real freedom. Okay? Whose souls must reap, they say, and cause must bring. The sure effect, good, good, bad, bad, or none, escape the law. But whoso wears the form must wear the chain. Too true, but far beyond. See, as soon as you take a form, which means you take a body, you're already in the form. You're already in a human birth. Whatever you try to do to attain freedom, either by escaping from something or by resisting something, freedom never happens. Running away or resisting, you never reach the ultimate freedom. You never experience freedom. Understand? Look through all your life, all the problems that you're presenting to, that you have now, whether it's relationship problem, whether it's work issue, whether it's spiritual problem, all kinds of problems that you're encountering. Okay? If you try to run away or you try to resist it, that is not going to make you experience freedom. Your heart will pain. Okay? You feel a deep blockage in the heart. Just like when you remove a chain that binds you, you tie another chain around yourself. You think that, oh, I'm running away from this person I dislike. Okay, that's my freedom. But you run away, there's another chain waiting for you to bind you. Okay, so which means, who are you cheating? You're cheating yourself only. Why do you cheat yourself? See, when you live the life of the sannyas, this kind of escapism will never happen. You will face it. You just say, I know running away is never going to be a solution. So you will not run away. You will take the courage and face it and attain the true freedom. But when you live in the society with your ego, you think by running away and resisting or trying to manipulate to be cunning, you're going to get the freedom. No. You are only going to create one more layer of bondage, one more layer of traps that you created without you knowing. Then later we found, oh, I create more mess. From this mess, I jump to another mess. Okay? So one more chain you are creating around you only. So if you want to heal a wound, you need to apply medicine, right? You need to apply medicine to it so that you heal. Okay? Can you heal by digging more wounds into it? What you do is when you resist or you try to escape is that you're digging your wound. You make your wound bleed more and more infection happen. This is what you do when you resist or you escape. The real solution is apply medicine, means face it, find a solution from your being. Okay? So likewise, when you want freedom, the effort you make in the outside will only put you in more and more depression. Don't do that. So that's why, as a space of the sannyas, if you are living like a sannyas, okay, even though you may not be wearing kavi, but if you have that kind of mental setup that you will face whatever comes in your way and never escape and never try to make yourself to fall into depression. Okay, so from that depression, whatever you do only will take you to further depression if you try to run away or resist. Anything you do from bondage will take you only to further bondages. More bondage will just come. Okay, so working from on the inside is the only thing that will help you. Go inside, be authentic, integrated to your being, and find the solution from inside. That is the true lifestyle of a sannyas, the true mental setup of a sannyas. A sannyas will simply face it and find the ultimate freedom because they know that bondage is not their true nature. freedom is their true nature. So whatever they do, they will only jump from more freedom to more freedom and more freedom. Then the ultimate freedom comes, which is enlightenment. Understand? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. You're catching what I'm saying now. Okay, great. So now let's go on to the next part. Say, for example, when you people do something wrong, to escape from it, you alter the situation or the people in the outer world, right? Let's say you know that you did something wrong. You try to cover up so that nobody find out, or you try to, change the people outside so that the person will not tell. So you try to rearrange a few things to cover up. Pretend that this mistake that you make did not happen, or you try to camouflage your mistake. After that, the only worst sorrow happens in you. What happened? Once that sorrow comes, you think that, oh, what would I tell people who inquire about this? What if someone find out? What answer would I give them? What am I going to do? So your ego will not permit you to tell that you brought the sorrow upon yourself. Your ego will never want to accept it. It's my own doing. Your ego will not. Your ego will say, no, quick, try to hide, try to, don't admit your mistake. Make the person feel guilty, and that person is the one who's making the mistake. So that's what you do. Without exposing your mistake, without allowing the suffering of the sorrow to show up and really face the cunningness of your mind, without exposing that you're in deeper sorrow now, you just say, I did everything right, leave it. Everything is going to be the way it should go. So again, you escape from facing the truth of your cunning mind by giving strength to your cunning mind, your cunningness, and continue to live with this mental setup. What I'm saying, are you all able to resonate? Are you all able to see how our mind operates in a lot of such situations? Right? Okay. So this is the way life goes on now. When you live without the conscious effort of, living in the consciousness of a sannyas, okay, or a sannyasi. So take life here in the ashram, in Adinam, he said, when the boiling starts happening, when you're living the breathing space of Guru, he start boiling you like potato. He start causing trouble for your ego, right? Whatever situation that happened as part of the flow of life, it's just only to expose your ego, okay? You cannot hide. Especially you're working with different departments, all these, everyone will just go and, just basically, trigger your ego, cause trouble for the ego, and the build-up identity that you created. Oh, I'm so and so. So you escape from here and go to, let's say, he was saying that some sannyas, they escaped, they ran to some other ashram. Let's say from Vidadi, they cannot tolerate. They go to Pondicherry Adinam, let's say, for instance. Or they go to, let's say, some other Adinam. When you go to that, the new Adinam, which is a greater sorrow waiting for you there. He said, you escape from one to another, escape from Vidadi to Salem or to Chennai, Adinam, whatever. You run from, Vidadi to another ashram. He said, none of this will work out. You go out of organization. So if none of this work out, you leave Swamiji. I don't want to be part of Sangha anymore. You run away, right? You escape somewhere. You see a lot of people happening that way, right? Understand that by escaping, only a great sorrow will come your way. I've seen all people who left Swamiji are all in depression. None of them have, live a better life. So, but even after that comes, what do? You try to save your face. You try to preserve your ego. You say, oh, nothing is wrong. Everything is just fine. I'm living good. I'm enjoying a life outside now. It's so good. Does it sound familiar? So even if you know that the suffering comes only, but because your ego is unable to bear the boiling, you will console yourself and continue to do what you're doing. Okay. So this cycle continues. And what happens is you block the chances of being liberated from it. Can you see how cunning mind and how we continue to allow this mental setup to perpetuate and never have the courage to face, when the boiling start. When the boiling start, you try to escape. When Swamiji is doing the surgery of removing your ego, you run away. Ah, this is too much, Swamiji. I don't want. You run away. You run away, and then what it means is it just only delay your liberation only. Instead of getting liberated now, you will delay another, few years or maybe another birth. Nobody knows. Okay? So let's say both name and form is Atman, ever free. Know thou art that. So what is the solution? Again, Vivekananda says, know thou art. That means inside yourself, again, stand up and experience the freedom of inner world through acceptance. Accept. Whatever that happens in the outer world, experience it as a happening in existence. Whatever is happening outside is a psychodrama by existence. Why are you so, so serious about it? Why are you not able to accept it? Know that the inevitability of the moment, that means whatever is inevitable, it is going to happen. Understand that you are the Atman or the soul. Actually, you don't even need to understand. You just think that you're the soul. That's enough. Your consciousness. I'm not this body and mind. I'm consciousness going through what I need to go through. Just think that way. That's enough. You are actually, just think that you're pure soul, not bonded by body and mind. And that's the solution. You will simply be able to get out of it. So experience whatever is happening to you in the outer world as a divine play happening inside you. Know that whatever you are, whatever you see are just mere reflections of my inner space, my ego. Whatever that is coming back, it's my ego. I'm trying to manipulate. I'm trying to attach. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to, have my desire fulfilled. All these are just my reflection. By reminding yourself all this true, a freedom will awaken. That is the real freedom. That is the ultimate freedom that is waiting for you to cognize and get awakened. Okay? So next part of the poem. Okay, I'm not sure whether you are enjoying the, the poem itself. Huh? Okay, the poem has very deep meaning, so I need to take it slowly. Okay, so next part is, know thou art Sannyasin ho, bo. Say Om Tat Sat Om. They know not truth who dream such vacant dreams as father, mother, children, wife, or friend. The sexless self, whose father he, whose child, whose friend, whose enemy, whose foe is he, who is but one. The self is all in all. None else exists. And thou art that. Sannyasi Bo say Om Tat Sat Om. So then he say, hooray! They know not true who dream such vacant dreams. So this is what Swamiji said. Thousands of thoughts cross your mind every moment. Correct? You have a lot of thoughts. Thoughts are nothing but vacant dreams, empty dreams, illusion created by your mind. All these thoughts are just dreams, ideas, illusion created by your mind. All relationship and emotions are just nothing but illusions. You came into this world to exhaust your karma. Live as an enlightened soul. This is the human life purpose. We all came here to discover consciousness and become enlightened. That is the reason of assuming a human body. Okay. But after coming down, you got caught in these empty dreams, vacant dreams, relationships, emotions, all these kind of things. And these empty dreams pass through your mind. Suddenly you feel that, oh, the most torturous things are happening to you. You feel you can't bear it anymore. Understand? If you feel this suffocation in you, I feel suffocated, it means that the time has come to stand up. The time has come to shake off the illusion, the Maya, and see the reality as it is. But what do? Instead of shaking up from this Maya, you try to change your dream. You try to alter your dream. And when you try to alter the dream and the situation, what happened? You continue to dream in a different note, a different dream. But you continue dreaming. Your dream continue. You perpetuate the dreams. So you miss the opportunity to awaken and see the truth. So what Swamiji, is saying that when you know that you're suffocated, you feel that your life is suffocated, don't continue to dream. I tell you my experience, okay? See, I was a high achiever at the 20s. By the time I reached 20s, I achieved whatever I need to achieve in the outer world. I have all the material, comfort. I have name and fame, you name it, okay? Successful career outside. But inside me, I feel this deep emptiness, vacuum. I was in deep spiritual poverty because I was living life based on the society definition of success. I have a family, I have a child, I have money, I have status, I have everything. But I am so restless inside. I'm so angry. I'm depressed inside. Okay. That's what Swamiji talk about as depression of success. Having everything outside, but inside is totally empty. So that was what I was. I was searching. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't feel at ease with myself. I don't feel peace. I don't feel good about myself. My whole body was aching at that time, and I do not know what's wrong with me, even though I have everything outside. I was just so restless. Okay. So at that time, I start one thing that what I did was I started yoga because my body was aching so much that I had to do something about my body. I was not even able to sit. It was so painful. Okay. It was like a torture. So when yoga came, the one thing great about yoga is that it awakens the next level of intelligence in me. Okay. And I started seeking. The seeking got awakened in me. And when I started to become more aware of my soul, the being inside, I just know that there's something more than what I'm here for. Like, I remember before I met Swamiji, one of my experiences that I need to go home. And I was like, it was coming from my being. My being said, I need to go home. You've been away for too long. I was like, where's home? Why am I feeling this? And I was crying so much. When I get in touch with my being, the being was crying. The being was just, feeling trapped, suffocated. I was feeling enormous suffocation with the lifestyle I was following according to society. I was crying. My being was crying. I feel this suffocation. And I never feel peace, but I do not know where I need to go. I don't know what is the solution. That was what I was feeling at that time. That's how the seeking started, because there was an intense, suffocation and an intense, just feeling like I'm not able to feel settled. That's why I started to find solution inside. What's wrong with me? Instead of turning my energy outside, getting next promotion, getting next paycheck, going for next holiday, buy the next expensive luxury goods. That was what I was doing, running behind at that time when I was working as a corporate slave. I was a slave. So anyway, so see, this is what we do, right? So when all this relationship, all this become illusion. I was living a illusory life. Okay. So we came to this world to exhaust of karma, but instead I create more karma. I create more bondages in my life. So okay. So and all this just pass, what happened is then he says suddenly you realize that all this torturous thing, right? Okay. So again, he said, when I boil you again, when a guru boils you, when he make this dream terrible for you, understand I'm awakening you. When a guru happen, he's making you wake up, not continue in this dream. So when the potato is being boiled, if you try to jump out of the pot, what happened? You go to waste. The potato is wasted. But similarly, when he increased the boiling, a master increased the boiling, you try to jump out from the adinam, you jump out to the society and leave the adinam or leave the life. And what will happen? Okay. If you stay inside and make up your mind to see what is happening, that's enough. If you stay on and work on it, that's enough. This is what becoming a siddha means, one who attains spiritual wisdom. When you hold on to this training by the guru and stay on, what happened is you will awaken this spiritual wisdom, what the lesson guru is trying to teach, what life is trying to teach you. But when you don't want to awaken, you try to escape. Either will you waste your life in this birth, or you're falling into more bondages. Okay, so they know not true who dream such vacant dreams. Okay, so this is what he said. Okay, now, so understand that by jumping out, you only extend the dream, you prolong your dream. See, unless in a wild dream, unless it is a wild dream, you will not wake up. So it is just like a mild dream, you will not wake up, right? So if I'm changing your life into a wild dream, please understand I'm waking up. So your Swamiji, make your dream wild, make your dream intense. You cannot tahan already. You cannot take it already. You wake up. Okay. So I'm doing the job of waking you up. At that time, you may shout, "No, leave me, Swamiji, stop. Don't do that. I don't want. You may be shouting and ask him to stop and stop. When he tried to alter your situation. Okay, when you try to alter your situation, you try to tell the guru, please don't do the surgery for me. I want to continue living in this dream. Okay, then you become a mild dream. So when the mild dream happens, you will continue dreaming for many days, for many births. That's what happened. It is one's preference, right? You continue to dream. So there is but one, the free, the knower of self. Okay, without a name, without a form or stain. In him is Maya, dreaming all this dream. The witness, he happens as nature, so. No, thou art art. Sannyasin ho say Om Tat Sat Om. Have thou no home? What home can hold thee, friend? The sky, the roof, the grass, the bed, and the food. What chance may bring, well cooked or ill, judge not. No food or drink contain the noble self who knows itself, like rolling river free. Thou ever be Sannyasi ho, Om Tat Sat Om. Thus, day by day, till karma's power span, release the soul forever. No more birth. Okay, no more is birth. Okay, so now let me just take a shot. Who are here? Okay, we have about 11 participants. I'm just going to take a shot. All of you, can you please turn on the camera? I want to see who are the people. So as I explain the space of sannyas, all of you, okay? Think through in your life, in what way you are also making the same kind of mistake or same kind of cunningness. Okay, all of you, all of us. Okay, because the moment you have a mind, this is what you do only. This is what we do. Okay, so now let me just continue. All right, he said, Vivekananda says, live every day like it is a possibility for awakening. But what do? Even though when we come to Swamiji with this strong inspiration, after some time you forget that every day is only for him to boil us, to awaken us. We forgot that every day is the only purpose of waking us up, boiling us, intensify the boiling, the awakening. Then what you do, what happened is we just settle down with a mundane attitude. You think, all this is just business. What is there? What is there today? Oh, all this enriching, causing, it's to make money for the Adinam. Okay, it's to make money, to make the Sannyasi survive. Okay, why am I doing all this? I'm just causing, So you start to have this mundane attitude or mental setup. You start to think with the logic. Okay, you settle down with these thoughts and get diluted. You start taking Swamiji for granted. You start taking Guru for granted. This is where the start of suffering. Here he says, thus day by day till karma power span. Okay, so now, basically, release the soul forever. No one is birth. No more is birth. nor I, nor thou, nor God, nor man. The I has all become. The all is I and bliss. Know thou art that, Sannyasi, Om Tassa Om. Okay, he then no more how body lives or goes. Its task is done. Let karma float it down. Let one put garland on, another kick. This friend say not, no praise or blame can be. Where praiser praise, the blamer blame are one. Thus thou art calm, Sannyasi ho, say Om Tassa Om. Truth never comes where lust and fame and greed of gain reside. No one who thinks of woman as his wife can ever perfect be, nor he who owns the list of things, nor he whom anger change can ever pass through Maya's gates. So give this up, Sannyasin Bo, say Om Tatsa Om. Say peace to all, from me no danger be. To out that lives in those that dwell on high, in those that lowly creep, I'm the self in all life both here and there. Do I renounce all heaven's earth and hell, all hopes and fears? Thus cut the bonds, Sannyasi ho, Om Tatsa Om. Where seekest thou that freedom, friend, this world, nor that can give in books and temples. Vain. Thee search, thine only is that hands that hold, the rope that drags thee on. Then cease lament, let go. Behold, Sannyasin Bo, say Om Tassa Om. So here it is. Vivekananda say, whether books, temple, do not give you the right wisdom. Understand? It is the hands of the Guru who gives the ultimate truth to you and give you the wisdom. Hold on to the hands of the Guru. Never let go of the hands. After that, there's no sorrow for you. Sorrow never touches when you are with the Guru. Okay? Vivekananda is a true sannyasi. He sacrificed his entire life for the sake of the goal. He lived to show how a Paramahamsa, a liberated one, Jiva Mukta, lives on planet Earth. Understand, these verses are expression of a great consciousness, a conscious soul expressing his soul. Okay? They spur one to bring clarity within oneself again and again, to stand up, to make the right decision. Out of that, he says, emerges the freedom that we seek. The real freedom that we are all seeking comes from within. So understand, that comes out of depression. To come out of depression, don't change the situation. When you change the situation, you will only go into further depression. Whatever decision you make during depression will set the next stage for the scene for worse depression that is going to come. Just imagine when you are in a depression, decision and set yourself up to another depression. Right? So you will not. Whatever you do at that time will be like, getting hooked to another 4 more, 5 more keys and entangling yourself with them. When a drunkard, a man who is drunk, gets a rope, he will unconsciously bind himself more and more and more because he's drunk. He's not able to see what he's doing. Thinking he's undoing himself, he doesn't even know how to untie the knot. He just keep tying, and then in the end, the rope just getting more and more tighter and tighter around him. All the decisions taken during depression are like this only. When you're depressed, never make any life-critical decision. Okay? So the only way to come out of depression is to bring clarity within yourself. Watch and stand up with courage. Face whatever ego that is trying to cloud you from seeing the reality. Then the real freedom will start happening. Real freedom comes only when you face your ego, your pseudo-ego, your pseudo-identity that you are trying to protect, trying to preserve, trying to hide, trying to deceive, deny yourself. Okay? So now, I'd like to sort of maybe open up. See, I only have time to go through the poems because the poem is so deep. I want some of you to just share what clicks you have through this poem by Swami Vivekananda? What clicks do you have? So anyone want to share?
I was feel like dreaming.
So you continue to dream on. So
Yeah.
for you, it's like you don't want to wake up from the dream, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? You know that you're dreaming, right?
Yes.
Yes. So then the decision is when you want to wake up.
Yeah.
Okay. So till that happens, Swamiji will wait. You will wait. Okay. Let me wait. Let's see whether you happen this birth. So that's what's happening. Okay. So you know you're in a dream, but you're enjoying the dream. So you say, okay, let me just continue to dream. Don't wake me up yet, Swamiji. I'm too scared. Okay. All right. Who else? So at least you know you're dreaming. Good. You know that you're not living in reality. That's good. Okay, at least there's a click. Not like you are dreaming and you don't know that you're dreaming and you're blaming Swamiji. Then that is a pure ignorance. At least now you're not ignorant. You know that you're dreaming, but you're just enjoying the dream. You just, don't wake me up. I'm still enjoying. Wait. That's a different space. Okay, next. Who else?
I think I'm the same. and I can the first part where you were saying about, it's very hard to adhere to the lifestyle, that completely resonates with me. Like for me, like it always I just realized recently that I had a very excessive lifestyle, and even now it's also excessive, but it's very hard to cut down for me. So maybe could you share how you manage to cut down, like, those material comforts and all this kind of thing?
Actually, I think you asked a very, very good question. How it happened? Simply by following Swamiji's lifestyle, all these frills starts dropping out. It's like, when you're a child, you play with different toys, your Barbie dolls, your cooking kits, like you play with all these toys. But when you grow up, you don't play with them anymore. You just outgrow them, right? So same way, when you start living Swamiji's teachings and you start having this powerful cognition, you just outgrown them. All this, like, like I used to go and have spa and all this manicure, pedicure, all this, pleasure, comfort, right? And then I just realized that I don't want to do that anymore. So I outgrow them. Then, like, buying all these branded goods is also stopped. And now I buy functional things, like things that make me comfortable. Comfort is my number one criteria for buying things. Like shoes, I don't mind paying slightly more for comfortable shoe. I don't like to buy pretty shoes that cost few $1,000s but make my leg torture. No, I don't go for look. I go for comfort. Okay, so like my taste has matured when a guru happened. So many things just drop out. Like in the past, you used to enjoy going holiday. Like every year we plan a family holiday, go this and there. After a while, it's the same thing. I was like, I don't want to go for holiday. I want to go for spiritual trip, go temple visit, go and discover, a different, place. The whole, what attract you has start to become different. Yeah. So you no longer are attracted by the same thing that you used to have in the past. So the taste start to drop. The evolve to more simpler things that really make you happy, things that really means make you feel fulfilled. Once you start evolving that, like I'm okay to spend alone myself. It's last time, when you don't feel at peace with yourself, you're alone, you feel bored or you feel restless. But for me, I come to a level that I actually enjoy being alone myself. Like being alone is good because I get to spend time to discover something about myself, whether it's in yoga or whether it's, entangling with the Swamiji in meditation, anything. So you become more and more able to drop all this outer world distraction. I call them distraction because it's distracting you from turning your energy inwards. See, for transformation to happen, you need to turn your awareness inwards, right? Whether it's, looking at what your soul really, really wants, or what your mind is diverting you. Like, you need to have that awareness. But right now, when you don't spend time with yourself, you cannot tell the difference. Is it from my soul or is it from my mind? You have no idea, right? But more and more, when you start spending time with yourself, start sitting with yourself, start looking inside, like doing the unclutching and all this, you start looking. You will realize what your soul will be telling you more than the mind. You will be able to tell the difference, which one is coming from which one. And when you start honoring your being, the decision you take is towards more and more freedom. I give you one example. When I was in 2006, I first met Swamiji. After that, Swamiji initiated us into this meditation called Nitya. That was the time this 5-step meditation. So he make everyone in the Sangha practice. Okay, so we meet regularly and practice, and we are supposed to do this meditation every day. So I do this meditation every day. After my yoga, I just do this 5-step meditation. And guess what happened? Because this meditation is so powerful, it just put you in the unclutched space. You just sit with yourself. And when I sit with myself every day I sit with myself, my soul will go and tell me. I can feel my soul literally. There'll be days I started crying. I'm crying like, I said, why am I crying so hard? I crying so badly because my soul was feeling so trapped inside. It wants to express its energy in different way. But my mind said, no, I'm not going to give up my job. It's too much at stake. What are you talking about? 4-figure salary, your money, your salary, you're living a comfortable life. If you quit your job, how are you going to live? How are you going to tell the world? So the inner struggle was happening it took me 2.5 years to listen my inner voice. I was not able to quit my job, even though I know my days in the corporate world were numbered. I cannot take the decision immediately. I felt too much was at stake. I was like, I cannot let go of my lifestyle, my comfort zone, and all the frills that I'm enjoying, all the mayas I'm enjoying. It was just too hard. It took me 2.5 years to finally, but when I sit with myself every morning, I'm being tortured by myself. I'm being tortured because I'll be crying. It's like, okay, how am I feeling so sad? I'm feeling so, unhappy. The soul wants to express in a different dimension, but my mind is saying, no, please keep quiet. So that was a struggle I was going through for 2.5 years. Eventually, I said, okay, I cannot take it anymore. I have to listen to my little voice inside. I decided, okay, I'll live my corporate life and honor what my being is telling me. So I basically trust the Guru, trust Swamiji, and I say, okay, let me just live my corporate life and follow my heart. That was the first major decision I take, to leave everything behind and take a jump to go beyond society. I went beyond society, which means anything from society, I don't give a damn. I don't care. I only care about fulfillment inside. See, one thing that I was very clear, I asked Swamiji in a Kalpataru, I want fulfillment. Anything that does not give me fulfillment, I will not entertain. So that was one conscious decision. From that conscious decision, it led me to the next step. My job is not giving fulfillment. So what? Drop. This is not giving fulfillment. So what? Drop. So that conscious decision, the whole thread, if I look through, when I followed that, what my being wants, fulfillment. More fulfillment leads to more fulfillment. More fulfillment leads to further fulfillment. My life is a continuous fulfillment. Once I make that decision, it's not just, when I after leave my job, I have my own business, I feel fulfilled. No, next layer of fulfillment happen, next expansion happen, and just keep going and multiplying. And it's like a perpetual, how the spiral keep expanding upwards, not going down, but it's spiraling, expanding, going upwards. That is the way how I feel. The moment I make the conscious decision to have fulfillment in my life, that was the only thing I make. As a first change, I asked him for blessing to give me fulfillment. And from that only, my whole life just started changing from that one wish I asked in the Kaputaru. Okay, so same way, if you consciously decide what your soul wants, my soul tells me, I want to be fulfilled. I don't want to live a non-fulfilled life. So that was what I heard from my soul. And that guided me. Again and again, whatever that's blocking me from experiencing fulfillment, I just make a conscious decision to throw them out or give up. So that is my story. This is how I am guided by him. Because I was very clear, my soul is seeking for fulfillment. So same way, you have to sit with yourself and feel, what do you really want in your life? You need to really have a deep feeling connection with your soul and understand what do you really want. From there only, you will start aligning. Your decision will be aligned to that conscious, awareness. Okay, does that answer your question, Bu Charitra?
Yes, Ma, thank you. And then wait. But I have one more small question. So then after leaving your corporate job, do you let go of those material things like immediately, or did it take some time? And if so, how long?
See, I let it happen naturally as a process. The first thing that happened is I stopped buying all these branded goods. When live in the corporate world, you dressed up, you buy branded goods, right? So I stopped buying that because I don't need anymore. My gear is yoga, I only wear yoga, sports gear that's comfortable. So my clothes is more skewed towards comfort. So that was one major decision. It need not necessarily be cheap, but it's comfort. Because I want my body to feel comfortable. It can breathe, I can stretch. So that was what guiding me. Okay. So then the next thing, as it evolved, my taste just evolved. You just slowly drop out. I don't know how long, but it just happened as a part of the expansion. Okay. I cannot remember the time frame, but you will just start dropping when you make that alignment in your life. Okay.
For me, I had similar experience with you.
Yes.
I also had a lot of, branded things, shoes, Ferragamo.
We all went through that phase.
All the same thing. I just threw away, when we were doing the upgrading at HDB, I threw away 5 to 6 pairs of branded shoes. I threw them away, And then again, I went through the same period where, okay, there was this period really down, crying, I don't know what's happening. And then after that, somehow, you stop needing these branded things. And then, but with me, it was, I had all of them still with me in my house. But at a certain point in time, I just wanted to get rid of it. I don't want it. So my niece came, said, you want these handbags? I took out all my brand handbags. You want? Take. So I got rid of it. And second stage, with the upgrading, I threw away all my branded shoes. Then third stage, recently again upgrading, whatever left of my, whether it's animal, anything to do with animal leather things. And today I threw away 2 Ferragamo small wallet. And the thing is, Ma, surprisingly, I feel no pain.
Yes.
Initially I was like, oh, Ferragamo, it's like,
still okay, can use some maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, leather cannot part. So now, as far as I'm concerned, I have no branded leather things. That's mine. I think so. I think I cleared. So it will just come, somehow.
Yes.
There's no, I don't think there's a timing. When it comes, you just want to do it, and then it will just.
It just happen.
Yes.
Correct.
It will just happen.
Same thing for me also. It happened naturally. It's not like, oh, by 6 months I need to throw out this. Oh, by 1 year I need to throw out it. It doesn't happen that way. It is just your consciousness. You feel I don't need this anymore. It's been being there for months, and somebody say anything you don't use for 3 months, it's a clutter.
Yeah.
Throw them out. Yeah. So if you look inside your wardrobe and anything that you don't use for 3 months, it's time to give it to Karang Guri, you know.
That's what I did recently, you know. That's like I went through one huge major stage where I cleaned out like half of my wardrobe. Then recently some more. So I think it comes in stages. I mean, I still have some more, you know, but compared to before, it's different already.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you
I
for
think
sharing.
when the time comes, yeah.
Yeah, just see all of you, you know, all of us meet Swamiji at different time frame. You will come when he start boiling you. Your boiling is different. Each one of them go through different boiling. Like, you know, like this Janananda, she's so new. She's only with Swamiji less than 1 year. So the boiling really only very slow. And Swamiji is like, never intensify yet, because intensify, she will run away. So for different being maturity, he will apply a different intensity. So that's all I can see. Okay. So I think we almost come to the end of the session, because Ma Jayagauri is already here in the Zoom room. She's going to start the next session on the Bhagavad Gita reading. So if you all want to learn, you can stay on. So actually, I was going to do a session on what you see yourself, where you are stuck in. But I think through this conversation, I think most of you know where you're stuck, whether you are continuing to want to stay in the dream, or where you are in your life. Okay, see, this whole space of center doesn't mean that you have to be wearing kabi. It is a lifestyle. It's a way of living towards freedom, moving towards more and more freedom. Understand? All of us here for freedom. Who want to be bondage, right? Who want to be bonded, right? So if that's a space you understand is to move from freedom to more freedom, then you know that it's a kind of mental setup. How do you liberate yourself? How do you eventually drop the ego that make you, suffer, create all this non-fulfillment in your life? Okay. So with that, I really want to thank all of you for coming to today's session. I'm going to conclude now with the Puna mantra. So I hope all of you enjoyed the session today. So with that, let's sit with the back straight, with the hands folded in a Manjali Mudra. Give ourselves a bow from within in deep gratitude to Swamiji, our beloved Guru, in giving us this powerful cognition, the signs of sannyas. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sovam Bhagavashi Nityananda Paramashiva Paruka Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. So Ma Jarashatika, you can